Newcastle United are back in Champions League action tonight against Bilbao, and another 3 points will really propel us to the point of qualification for the next round. However, the big question is starting to develop. Who is going to be between the sticks? Will it be Nick Pope or will it be Aaron Ramsdale? We'll take a look. William Asula is generating a lot more interest from the Bundesliga now as Stuttgart enter the race alongside Eintracht Frankfurt. And we'll have more injury news on the likes of Bruno, etc. Will they play in the game? And of course, Newcastle have as well put out a statement regarding the pre-game music. Let's get through it. Hi everybody, welcome back to the Toon Review YouTube channel. My name is Paul. This is your Newcastle United news. And once again, thank you very much for watching the video and supporting the channel. We'll start off with the news from the Geordie journalists this morning. Quite a few of them have done their predicted lineups for the Champions League game tonight against Bilbao. And surprisingly, the majority of them have Aaron Ramsdale starting in goal. Now, that is going to come as a bit of a surprise to me and probably to you guys, because last night in the press conference, Eddie Howe was asked about the goalkeeping situation, and he did praise Aaron Ramsdale, to be fair, said that he's been very professional. He's waited his turn. He came in against Tottenham and was excellent. But Nick Pope has also performed really well this season. But he did slip in that Nick Pope had a couple of blips, but has been really good. Now, is that an indication that maybe Eddie Howe is going to take Nick Pope out of the side? I'm not so sure. And you know what? It's a big decision to remove Nick Pope from the Champions League squad. I think a lot of fans would probably want it to happen, if I'm openly honest. I think the majority of us want Ramsdale to come in. We don't trust Nick Pope with his kicking. And certainly when we've bigged him up for his saves and saying, oh, he's a fantastic shot stopper, my God, Sunday wasn't that day. The Paqueta one, I don't know why he didn't catch that. He catches that, the goal doesn't happen. But he punches to the edge of the box. Paqueta hits a weak shot. That should never have beaten Nick Pope. The third one for me, squirms between his legs. It was just messy. And Souček puts the ball in. So he has, Eddie Howe, admitted that there's been a couple of mistakes from Nick Pope. But does that mean a change in goalkeeper? Well, you look through the Geordie journalists' predicted lineups, and a lot of them have got Ramsdale coming in today. And I'd be perfectly happy to see him come in. Give him an opportunity in the big games. Nick Pope, take him out the firing line. And if Aaron Ramsdale performs, then Aaron Ramsdale continues in goal. We did predict when he first signed for the club, of course, we did say on this channel that maybe Nick Pope would start off as the number one moving forward. And then slowly it would be transitioned into Aaron Ramsdale. Now, one thing I'm going to say here is that I don't think Ramsdale is the long-term answer either, by the way. I think Newcastle United will go for a goalkeeper. Maybe it's in the summer or maybe it's the summer after, to become the number one for years to come. That's what I think as a fan anyway. I may be wrong on that. I may be completely out of touch with it, but you just never know with Newcastle. I just feel like, Ramsdale's come in and he's pushing for number one, but he's not number one, and that's the thing. He would have expected to be number one by now, Aaron Ramsdale. I'm pretty sure of it. But Nick Pope, to be fair, he did start the season really well. He's won some points for us. But when you're in a top-class league and a top-class goalkeeper, it's all right saying, oh, yeah, but he's kept us in the game with some saves. If he doesn't save at the crucial time, that's down to the goalkeeper. So it totally overrides the fact that he made a couple of good saves, because the goals he conceded lost us the game. And, fair enough, a lot of the players were dreadful against West Ham as well. But the goalkeeper's job is to keep the ball out the net, and he didn't do that very well on Sunday. And a lot of people have been wanting Ramsdale in for a while because of the distribution situation and all of that goes with it. So we will just have to wait and see, folks, on that one. But let me know in the comments, who would you start tonight against Bilbao? Would it be Ramsdale, or are you still happy to keep Nick Pope there? Now, talking about Will Osula, he is now generating a lot more interest, it seems, from the Bundesliga. Of course, he was almost sold to Eintracht Frankfurt at the end of the transfer window. Ekitike, of course, went to Liverpool. Eintracht were looking for a replacement, and they found Osula and wanted him, and it nearly happened. It was very, very close. PIF, of course, have later come out and said they pulled the deal at the last second. That's fair enough. Will Osula's come on. Times this season looked okay, scored a goal. You know, he does look decent at times, and then you see him other times, and he's just like a headless chicken. However, Stuttgart have now entered the race for Will Osula, and if you believe the reports, that Newcastle United may well sell him in January because they don't think he's going to make the grade. I find it a bit surprising, but of course, Eddie's had to play him this season. He's had no choice because what do? You just keep Waldemar on the pitch all the time. It's not an option. You've got to give that man a break until Wiss is fit. Now, I have a feeling when Wiss is fit, we may well sell Osula in January. We may well bring in a third striker with the money that we get from Osula. Now, if you saw my video yesterday on the PSR situation at Newcastle United, things look good and still very healthy according to financial experts. We could well buy in January again if the price is right, if the market is right, and if that player suits Eddie Howe's team. So that may well happen. I'm still on the fence with Osula, guys. I know people don't like me saying that. I think I'm not the only one, however, of the Newcastle fan base that is unsure on Osula. Some of the reporters are unsure on him. I don't know what type of player he is. And you know what? I'm sick of hearing, he's 22, he's 22. You know, there's 22-year-old players elsewhere performing really maturely. So come on. It's time to end this. I don't know. We'll see what happens in January. Now, Newcastle United have addressed the situation of the pre-game music. Now, we had a big debate on our show last night regarding the whole music situation and what fans would like to see played before matches at Newcastle. But it seems like Newcastle are going to continue down the line that they've gone on. Of course, you will have noticed that Local Hero has stopped being played when the players come out. This is apparently at the request of the players and the staff. Now, look, it's all right, the players and the staff saying that this is what they want when they come out the tunnel. I don't mind that at all. They claim that it's to hear the fans singing as they come out. But for me, Local Hero is a tune that's been there for years and years and years. It's our tune. It's our song, and we get up for the matches by that coming on. And when it finishes just before kickoff, it raises the crowd, the scream. You know, you can't beat that at St James's Park. And I just think playing Bladen races when we come out, it's not the same. And it will never be the same. But Newcastle United are adamant this is not going to change at the moment. The club have said the decision to swap Local Hero with the Bladen races before kickoff was done primarily at the request of the players and the coaching staff who want to hear the fans singing right at kickoff, which is not possible with Local Hero, but is with the Bladen races. So whilst honouring the tradition of these two songs, the club have swapped them around so that Local Hero plays before the team emerge and the Bladen races before kickoff. It's up to the fans to live up to that request and belt out the Bladen races and also carry it into the game. Now, I'm not sure I agree with that. I think that Local Hero is I don't know, it's a sort of cult song for us now, isn't it, when the players come out? But look, if the players want us singing, then I'm not sure Bladen Races is the song that's going to get everybody pumped up. This is what we said last night. But hey-ho, that's what the club have said, and we just have to go along with it, folks. Now, a bit of team news for tonight, and the major... Well, the major news, obviously, was Bruno not training yesterday morning, and it seems like he will probably miss the game with this illness that's going around in the dressing room. Now, of course, Eddie Howe addressed this in the press conference and said maybe a couple of the players' performances were affected by this illness. He said, but not the team. He's not bringing that into it at all for the poor performance at West Ham. Look, you go back for our away form. The team wasn't ill at the start of the season, all of this kind of stuff. It's a recent thing with the illness. A couple of players have had it. It's not the team. And I think Eddie's very right in what he says about that. But yes, it looks like Bruno might miss the game. Certainly, if you look at how it's affected everybody else who's had it, they've had maybe 3 to 5 days out. So Bruno may miss the game. Of course, Tonali's had it. Trippier is expected back tonight, which is a very, very good sign for Newcastle because we need him. He's obviously coming back from illness, but Emil Kraft wasn't added at right back on Sunday, and I desperately think we need Trippier back as Livramento continues his recovery. So that's the only bit of team news this morning. We'll just have to wait now until the teams come out and see exactly where we stand on who's fit and who's not fit. But as I say, it should be a cracking game. Let's hope we get the 3 points in the Champions League and continue that form into the Premier League. That's the most important thing. That's what Dan Burn was talking about last night, and that's what we need to do, folks. But there you go. That is your latest news. As usual, leave a comment below for all the stories involved. Don't forget, join Billy tonight at 7:45 for Matchday Live. Full commentary of the game against Bilbao. Billy's obviously commentating on his own tonight. I'm at the game. Please do give him all your support, as you normally do, and he will take you through proceedings at St James's Park, hopefully to see another victory. But enjoy your day, folks. If you're going to the game, really enjoy it. If you see me, come and say hello. I love putting names to faces, so please come and say hello, and we will see you very, very soon. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe if you're new. Take care.